visible.
Om Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam. You can chant with me.
Shivasamarambham
Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam.
Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam.
Om Sahana Bhavatu
Om Sahana Vavatu
Sahanau Bhunaktu
Sahanau Bhunaktu
Sahaviryam Karavabhai
Sahaviryam Karvavahai
Tejasvinavaditamastu ma vidvishavahai.
Tejasvinavaditamastu ma vidvishavahai.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Hari Om.
Hari Om.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha.
Hari Om.
Hari Om.
Last week we started with the Dhyana Sloka. We explained two verses, two slokas. There is disturbance, please mute yourself. In case of any question, you can unmute and ask. Otherwise, there will be disturbance in the recording. So all of you are requested to mute yourself. Okay, I have muted. So last week we explained two verses. As I told you earlier, there are 9 Dhyana Slokas, 9 verses in Dhyana Sloka. We'll explain all the 9. 2 we have completed, third one we will explain today. Prapanna parijataya stotra vetraika panaye jnana mudraya krishnaya Geeta mrtaduhe namaha. So we'll explain word by word. So first is Prapanna Parijataya, the one who is the wish fulfilling tree for those who surrender to him. We all know about Kamadhenu. Kamadhenu is what? A wish fulfilling cow, mythical divine cow, which bestows all the wishes. Similarly, there is a tree, a divine tree, which is known by the name Parijata. So whatever you wish under that tree, that will be fulfilled. Similarly, Krishna Bhagavan is compared to that Parijata. So when you surrender to Krishna Bhagavan, when we surrender, he fulfills all our wishes. That is Prapanna Parijataya. Totra Vetra Ekapanaye, the one who holds a whip in one hand. So Krishna, we all know as a charioteer. He's a chauffeur. He's the driver for the Prince Arjuna, commander-in-chief. So in that role, he has to drive the chariot for which he needs a whip in one hand in order to control the 5 horses that draw the chariot. That is the meaning. Totra Vetra Eka Panaye. The one hand he holds a whip, and second hand is Jnana Mudraya. The other hand holds the symbol of knowledge, Jnana Mudra. So, how many of you are aware of Jnana Mudra? So, Jnana Mudra we will explain as we progress in the course. So, normally it is the index finger and thumb are touched, and all the other 3 fingers are held upright. Okay, middle finger, ring finger, and little finger are straight, and the thumb and the index finger are touched to form a circle. That is Jnana Mudra. Okay? That Jnana Mudra, it symbolizes knowledge. So, on the one hand, he holds a whip, and on the other hand, he has the symbol of knowledge, Jnana Mudra, Krishna Bhagavan. Geeta Amritya Duhe. The one who milks the nectar, that is the Geeta. Krishna Bhagavan is the one who milks the nectar of Geeta from where? From Vedas, from Upanishads. Upanishad, we all know it is so vast. They are like cow. And Krishna Bhagavan milks that cow and gives the nectar, the essence to us. Krishnaya means Lord Krishna. Namaha, my salutation. So this verse of Dhyana Sloka offers salutation to Lord Krishna. As I had explained earlier, this Dhyana Sloka offers 4 namaskarams. What are they? First, to the Geeta itself as Mother Goddess. Mother Goddess, compared to Mother Goddess, it offers salutations to Geeta. Second, it offers salutations, namaskaram to Vyasacharya, the author of the great Mahabharata. And third, it offers namaskaram, salutation to the great epic Mahabharata itself, in which Bhagavad Gita is a part. And fourth, it offers namaskaram to the Lord Krishna, who is the Gita Acharya. He is the Acharya who gives Upadesam, advice to his student and friend, Prince Arjuna. So 4 namaskarams are offered. This namaskaram, this salutation is offered to Lord Krishna. So my salutations to Lord Krishna, who is the wish-fulfilling tree for those who surrender to him, who holds a whip in one hand and has the symbol of knowledge in the other, who milks the nectar, that is Geeta. So Lord Krishna is compared to the wish-fulfilling tree, Parijata, and this tree is found in where? Found in heaven. So whatever we wish for, when we sit under that tree, when we sit there and wish, then they are fulfilled. And they appear in front of us. So Krishna Bhagavan, similarly, is the wish-fulfilling tree for those who surrender to him. When we surrender to Lord Krishna, he gives everything. That is the meaning. So in one hand, Krishna Bhagavan holds the whip in which he drives the chariot and the horses. The whip is required for controlling the horses. On the other hand, he assumes the symbol of knowledge, Jnana Mudra. So Krishna Bhagavan has 2 roles to play here. One as a charioteer, a driver, as a servant of Prince Arjuna. On the other hand, he has another job, that is the job of an acharya, teacher, because Arjuna has surrendered to him and requested him to accept as student and give him, advise him that Brahma Vidya, Atma Jnanam. So he has two jobs. On the one hand, he holds the whip, and on the other hand, he holds that Jnana Mudra. That is the two roles are symbolized here. The role of teacher is symbolized by Jnana Mudra, and the role of charioteer, driver, is symbolized by the whip in the other hand. So, even though Arjuna had accepted his weakness, he had dropped his bow and arrows, and he had refused to fight. He threw away his weapons and he fell down, and he was not willing to fight. But Krishna Bhagavan knew very well that the fight had to go on, because it is dharma versus adharma. Okay. So the dharma has to win. So Arjuna eventually has to fight. So he did not drop his whip, or he did not get down from the chariot. He continued to play his role. Okay, that is the meaning. By holding the whip, he was ready to drive the chariot at any time. Second is that symbol of knowledge, that we offer our salutations to Jnana Mudra. That Jnana Mudra symbolizes the knowledge of Advaitam, non-duality, the knowledge of Brahman, the knowledge of Atma, the self-knowledge, Atma Jnanam. Okay. That is the symbol of knowledge. Please mute yourselves, otherwise I have to do, and that consumes a lot of time. So whenever there is a question, you can unmute. I have muted everyone. Otherwise, recording will get disturbed. Okay. Then Geeta is compared to milk, Amritam, nectar. And Krishna Bhagavan is the one who provides that milk. From where this milk comes from? From the Upanishads, from the Vedas, from the Shruti, we can say, Shruti. So all the Vedas, the Upanishads are compared to a cow. And the milk is the Geeta. It is not possible for all of us to study the entire Veda, entire Upanishads. It may not be possible. One lifetime may not be enough. So what is essence? Essence is the milk. That milk we can drink, and that milk we can digest. That milk we can absorb. So this Geeta is compared to milk, which are drawn from the milk from Upanishad. And who is the person who milks it? It is the Lord Krishna. And he milks it and gives to us. And to that Krishna, we offer our salutations. That is the meaning of this sloka. Any doubt you can ask, otherwise we'll go to the next, fourth sloka. Fourth one is Sarvopanishado Gavo Dogda Gopalanandana Partho Vatsa Shudir Bhokta Dugdam Gita Mritam Mahat. So Sarvo Panishado means all the Upanishads. Gavaha. Gavaha means Gai, the cows. Gopala Nandanaha. Who is Gopala Nandana? Krishna. Dogda means who is the milker, who milks the cow. Partha is Arjuna, son of Pritha. Pritha is the name of Kunti Devi. Since he is son of Pritha, Kunti is also called Partha. Vatsaha means calf. Small cow. Cow gives birth to calf, and the milk is meant for whom? Calf. We humans consume, but it is originally meant for the calf. Sudhi means pure-minded one. Sudhi, Suddha, pure-minded one. Bhokta is who enjoys the milk, enjoyer of the milk. Mahat means great, supreme. Geeta Amritam, the Amritam of Geeta, nectar of Geeta. Dugdam is the milk. So the Upanishads are the cows. The one who milks is Krishna, the joy of cowherds. The calf is Arjuna, he is the consumer of that milk, and whose mind is very clear. He Shuddha is clear and invaluable. And timeless Geeta, the invaluable and timeless Geeta is the milk. So the first two verses offered salutations to Bhagavad Gita and Vyasa. And third verse was offered to the Gita Charya, Krishna Bhagavan. The fourth verse, the nature of Gita and the Lord are both are mentioned. So the subject matter of Gita is praised here. The salutations offered to the subject matter of Gita. So all the Upanishads, the Gita is not the original creation. It is all taken from, they are all taken from Upanishads. Okay. So it is essence of Upanishads. When we study Bhagavad Gita, we study the essence of Upanishads. So it is not the original work. So whatever Bhagavan Krishna teaches, they are all borrowed from Upanishads only. So to present the Gita, Bhagavad Gita, the essence of Upanishads, okay? Yep, comparison is given here. The comparison is a cow. It is, what is cow? Cow is a symbol of sanctity, especially in India. People who follow Sanatana Dharma, cow is a mother. It's worshipped as mother, sanctity, divinity, and it is a symbol of prosperity and wealth. So the cow Upanishads are compared to cows. Okay. Then what is Bhagavad Gita? It is the milk. When we drink milk, we get it from the cow. The essence is present in the milk. Similarly, when we study Bhagavad Gita, the essence of Upanishads, because it is compared to the milk of a cow. So Gita is also milk drawn from the cows called Upanishads. So Krishna Bhagavan is compared here as Gopala Nandana, the joy of cowherds. We all know he was a cowboy, cowherd. That is why called Gopal. Gopal. One who cares, one who takes care of cows. Gopal means nourish. One who takes care, nourishes. Gopal. That is why he is called Gopala. Gopala Nandana. He is a joy of cowherds. He is a milkman. So nowadays machines are used for milking the cows, but those days, even in villages, even now, it is milked by cowherds by hand. So Krishna is compared to the milkman here, and he was from that community only, cowherd community. And he was taught from childhood how to milk a cow and take care of the cows. So just like he could get milk from a cow, Krishna Bhagavan was able to milk the Upanishads. Bhagavan knows exactly what the subject matter. Okay. What is the subject matter? That is the Atma Jnanam, Brahma Vidya. So he is the best cowherd to milk the cow, that is the Upanishad. So milk, we all know, is the essence of cow. Whatever the cow eats, it gets converted into milk. Similarly, Upanishads, they discuss about variety of topics. So many things are discussed. But finally, it is all converted into what? That Atma Jnana, Brahma Vidya, which is compared to milk here. So whatever is the subject matter, finally the essence, the milk is Vedanta Shastra or Brahma Vidya, Atma Jnanam. As we all know, Bhagavad Gita is known as Brahma Vidya and Yoga Shastra. Brahma Vidya means it shows the path to Brahma Jnanam, Brahma Vidya or Atma Jnanam. And why it is called Yoga Shastra? It shows the way, it shows the means to achieve that knowledge. That is why it is called Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastra. So they form the milk, okay? And who can be a better milkman than Krishna himself? So that is why Lord Krishna is compared to milkman. He is called Gopala Nandana. He is a joy of cowboys, cowherds. Go means cow, and who takes care of that cow is Pal. Pal, who palan jo karta hai, he is called Gopal. So Lord Krishna is the one who nourishes and sustains the earth with life. Okay, just like a milk cowherd takes care of cows, he also takes care of the creation and nourishes and sustains the creation, that is the earth, and he gives life to this earth and to all of us. So he is Lord Krishna, and he is the joy of all cowherds because he is the nourisher and he is the protector of the cows. So Arjuna is called Vatsaha, is a calf. The milk produced by the cow is meant for its offspring, its calf. Okay. So Arjuna is called Partha here, son of Pritha. Is a Vatsa, the calf, because he is instrumental in drawing Bhagavad Gita from Krishna. Because of Arjuna, we have got this Bhagavad Gita. If Arjuna was not troubled, if he did not get into this sorrow, if he did not get into this raga, shoka and moha, he lost his courage, got into delusion, he got into sorrow, he got into attachment and refused to fight. And because of him, we got this Upadesa. And originally, it is meant for Arjuna, but through Arjuna, it is given to all of us. Okay. Just like cow's milk is meant for the calf, the Gita was originally meant for Arjuna. Okay. And through Arjuna, we got this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. So the milk from the cow is limited. Every cow has got limited quantity of milk that can give. But the milk of Bhagavad Gita is limitless. It is endless. The enjoyer of this milk is the one whose mind is very clear. Bhagavad Gita can be understood only when there is certain amount of chitta shuddhi, when the mind is pure and clear. Otherwise, it is not possible to understand. So when one's mind is clear to some extent, and who has this discrimination, viveka. What is viveka? What is discrimination? And all that you will study in Tattva Bodha if you have not studied already. As we progress, we will explain this. What is this discrimination? What is this viveka? Okay. A person who is capable of inquiry, vichara, okay, has shuddhi, purity of mind, clarity of mind. For him or her, this milk is meant. The person can enjoy that milk. He or she can consume this milk. Bhagavad Gita is compared to milk because it is nourishing to all. As we all know, milk is complete food. It's universal food. Even for child, sick people, it is given because it nourishes. Similarly, the essence, the message of Bhagavad Gita is also universal. It is a complete food. It is applicable to everyone, irrespective of caste, irrespective of religion, irrespective of nationality. It is meant for everyone. It is applicable to everyone at any time or any place, because it deals with facts that do not change with time or place. Bhagavad Gita, Kurukshetra, Mahabharata happened 5,000, 7,000, 10,000 years ago. We do not know exactly. The teachings given at that time is applicable even today. Even though teachings were given in the battlefield at Kurukshetra, it was not only meant for that war field. It was not only meant for Arjuna. It was not only meant for that particular point of time or that particular place. It is meant for all the time, irrespective of place, irrespective of time, irrespective of any situation. It is applicable even today. So, that which does not change is the very subject matter of the Bhagavad Gita. And that is why it is described as Amritam, nectar. So, nectar, Amrita means, we all know it is nectar, which is applicable to all the time, which is heavenly. So here Amrita means which is not subject to end, which is not subject to death. Okay. So whatever that is not bound by time, that is not bound by space, that which does not change, okay, that always nourishes us, that always makes us happy, is considered as Amrita. So this Amritam can be taken by anyone. It is because it is applicable to all. The timeless nectar, Bhagavad Gita, is described here as something that is available more and more as we understand it more and more. The milk of Bhagavad Gita is self-knowledge, Atma Jnana. The more knowledge we give, the more we get. The knowledge becomes more clear to us. That is the meaning of this sloka. Any doubt you have? Otherwise, we'll move on to the next one. No doubt. All of you have understood. Okay. Fifth verse. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagat Gurum. Vasudeva Sutam, son of Vasudeva. We all know Krishna Bhagavan was born to Vasudeva and Devaki. He was born in prison in Mathura. Vasudeva Sutam, son of Vasudeva. Kamsa Chanura Mardanam, the destroyer of Kamsa and Chanura. They were demons, demonic kings. He killed them. In fact, he took avatar to destroy Kamsa. They were demon kings. That is why he is called Kamsa Chanura Mardana. Devaki Parama Anandam. He was the greatest joy of Devaki, mother. Krishna's mother, original mother, biological mother was Devaki. Since they were in jail, he was born to Vasudeva and Devaki. Since they were in jail, he was brought up by foster parents, Yashoda. You know that. Mother Yashoda. So he was a greatest joy of Devaki. And he is described as Jagat Gurum, the teacher of the world. Devam Krishnam, Lord Krishna, one day I salute. So this is apparently a salutation to the Geeta Charya Bhagavan Sri Krishna. I salute Krishna, the Lord, the world teacher, the son of Vasudeva, the destroyer of Kamsa and Chanura, and the greatest joy of Devaki. So here Krishna Bhagavan is described as the teacher of the world, Jagat Guru, world teacher. Okay. Why he is called world teacher? Because the message he gives is universal. It is applicable to entire humankind. It is not applicable only to Arjuna, or it is not applicable only to Pandavas, or it is not only applicable to Indians. It is applicable to the whole world, the whole universe. The message is universal. Okay, that is why it's called Jagat Guru, the universal Guru, world teacher. So the message of Bhagavad Gita can be given to anyone because it is relevant. It is applicable to all the human beings. Krishna Bhagavan is not considered to be a teacher just because he accepted the request of Arjuna and taught him, because he gave a message that is applicable to everyone. It's a message that is invaluable, extremely valuable to the whole humankind. Without this knowledge, our life is a search for the truth. We all take several births and we search for the truth. Some find it, some don't find it, and we take birth again in order to continue to search. Whereas when we study Bhagavad Gita, the search comes to an end. So that is why the message that Bhagavan Krishna gives in Bhagavad Gita is universal, and that is the reason he is called Jagat Guru. So as a teacher of the world, Jagat Guru, Krishna Bhagavan is looked upon as a person, as a human being, a person with attributes, a person with qualities. Whereas we know that Brahman, the Lord, has no form or no attributes or no qualities. But Saguna Brahman is very much required. A Lord with form and color and some qualities is required. Why? It is for the purpose of meditation. Okay. So when there are no attributes, it is not possible to imagine a formless thing. So if there is a form, if there is some quality, some attribute, it is easier for us to meditate upon. Okay. That is why there is a particular form with a particular set of attributes. So Lord Krishna is like this, Lord Shiva is like this. Okay, there is a form, there is certain qualities, there are certain attributes given to it. It is all purely for the purpose of meditation only. The original Brahman is formless and without any attributes, without any qualities. So here, as an avatar, we all know Lord Krishna is avatar of Narayana himself, Vishnu himself, and he is described as the son of Vasudeva, Vasudeva Sutam. And he is Lord, we all know, everybody knew, even the parents knew Devaki and Vasudeva. They knew they were blessed with the Lord Vishnu himself, Deva. Ordinary, he was not an ordinary person, he was an avatar. So Krishna is described here as destroyer of evil. Okay. Even though he destroyed the demon kings, evil, Kamsa and Chanura, what is the worst devil or worst evil that exists in our world? Is there is no evil beyond our own minds. Our mind has the worst evil. There is no evil beyond our own minds. Okay. So Krishna Bhagavan as the Lord, he eliminates, he destroys this evil by giving them knowledge. By giving knowledge, he removes the evil of incorrect thinking. When we say evil mind, it is nothing but that evil thinking. What is mind? Mind is nothing but a set of thoughts only. There is nothing called mind. Whatever thought comes to our mind is the mind. So mind has nothing. The thoughts only form the mind. So by giving proper knowledge, he corrects the wrongdoers. He removes the evil of this wrong thinking. And Krishna is Devaki Paramanandam. Lord Krishna is the greatest joy of his mother Devaki. For every mother, to every mother, the child gives unlimited, enormous happiness. Okay, that is why a child is called a bundle of joy. So imagine giving birth to the Lord himself, an avatar. So he was a great Paramanandam, greatest joy of his mother Devaki. And he was very attractive, very beautiful, very charming. And there is no one who dislikes Lord Krishna. He is epitome of beauty. He is epitome of grace. Lord Krishna, Shringar suits him. Okay. He is very attractive. And that is the reason he is described as the greatest joy of his mother. Okay. O Krishna, a teacher of the world, whose message is universal, I salute you. So this verse offers salutations to, again, Lord Krishna. Have you understood? Any doubt on this?
Sir, could you recite that sloka one more time?
This one? Yeah.
Yeah.
Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagat Gurum. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
So next is the sixth verse. Bhishmadronatata Jayadrata Jala Gandharanilotpala Shalyagrahavati Kripena Vahini Karnena Velakula Ashvattama Vikarna Gora Makara Duryodhanavartini Sotina Kalu Pandavairananidhi Kaivartaka Keshavaha. It is a little difficult to understand because this is all a metaphor, we can say. So I will explain, you can understand. So here everything is an example. So we should not take it literally. Let me first explain the meaning. Rananidhi means the battle river. The Kurukshetra war is described as river, a river to cross. River means not literal river. The battlefield is like a river. Okay. So that is the meaning. So Bhishma Drona Tata. Bhishma and Drona are the banks. A river has two banks, two sides, two shores. In between the water flows. So the war is compared to the Rananidhi, a river. Bhishma and Drona, they are the banks. And Jayadratha Jala is the water that flows in between. Gandhara Nilotpala. Gandhara is the Shakuni. Shakuni, we know, is the prince of Gandhara. Is compared to the blue lily. In the river, there are lilies, flowers, and he is compared to that. Salya Grahavati means Shalya as a shark. In the river, we find sharks and crocodiles, etc. Kripena Vahani. Kripacharya. Kripa is the force of water, because every water, when the water flows, the river flows, there is a force. With forcefully it flows. So Kripacharya is compared to the force of the water. Karnena Velakula means Karna is the breakers who controls, we can say Karna. Ashwattama Vikarna Gora Makara means Ashwattama and Vikarna are compared to the killer whales, the whales that are present in the river, they which are killers. Duryodhana Avaritni means Duryodhana as whirlpool, current. Every river has current which sucks in whirlpool. So Duryodhana is compared to whirlpool. Rananidhi, I told you, the river of battle. Pandavai means Pandavas. Kalu means indeed. Uttirna means crossover. To cross over. Kaivattaha. Kaivattaka means the boatman. How do we cross the river? Either we swim, eaten by crocodiles, sharks, whales, whatever it is present in there, or we use a boat and cross it. And who is the boatman? Is Keshavaha. The Lord Krishna is the boatman. So with Bhishma and Drona as its banks, Jayadratha as its water, Gandhara is Shakuni, the blue lily. Okay. Blue lilies, it looks like lotus. You must have seen. It looks like lotus, but it is not lotus, it is called blue lily. There is a difference. Shalya is the shark, Shalya. Kripacharya is the force of the water. Karna is the break, we can say. Ashwatthama and Vikarna as killer whales. Duryodhana is compared to whirlpool. So the river of battle, Rananidhi, was indeed crossed by the Pandavas because the boatman was Krishna. We all know that Mahabharata war, Kurukshetra war was won by Pandavas only because of the presence of Krishna. So he was, somebody is talking, I'll have to mute.
Can you check on your app?
Okay. So I salute Krishna, the Lord, the world. Sorry. This is the last thing. I will explain the meaning. Pandava. The Pandava, here there is a mistake. The explanation given was that for the last sloka. The Pandavas, okay. The Pandavas were how many? 5. Who was the eldest? Yudhishthira. Whose name was, another name was Dharmaputra. The second son was Bhima. Third is Arjuna, who is the commander-in-chief of that Kurukshetra war. Fourth were Nakula, and fifth son was Sahadeva. So 5 Pandavas. So this river of battle, Rananidhi, this battle of Maharashtra, Mahabharat war is compared to Rananidhi, a river. So it is said that Pandavas crossed this river of war, battle, Rananidhi, which is called Rananidhi. Okay. It is compared, poetically explained. So war is compared, the battle is compared to a river. So we should take in that sense, poetic sense, not the literal sense. Okay. Because of the boatman was Arjuna, Krishna, they could cross over this Rananidhi. So we all know every river has 2 banks, 2 sides. In between the water flows. So without the banks, the river cannot exist. There is no river at all. So who are the banks? Bhishma and Drona. Bhishma Pitamaha, he was a grandsire, he was the grandfather to both Kauravas and Pandavas. And Dronacharya was the greatest Acharya, archer, who taught both Kauravas and Pandavas. So they were like 2 banks of the rivers, two greats, two Maharathis. So Bhishma Pitamaha, he was Arjuna's grandfather, also grandfather to Duryodhana also. He was the eldest in the family, and he was a man of great vows and celibacy, and nobody could defeat him. He was blessed with that. He was such a greatest warrior. He had never experienced failure in any war. The entire life he battled out. He faced hundreds of battles, but he never faced any failure. He was invincible. Okay, great warrior. He never lost a battle. Only because of trick, only because of conspiracy, they could destroy him. Otherwise, it was not possible to kill him. So Dronacharya was the greatest archer we know. He was the Acharya, great guru to both Arjuna and his brothers, also his cousins Duryodhana and others. So here Bhishma Pitamaha and Dronacharya were in Duryodhana's army and they were against Pandavas. Okay. So apart from these two great warriors, he had one more great warrior with him, Duryodhana, that was Karna. Okay, Karna. So Karna was another invincible warrior, one of the greatest compared to Arjuna. He was compared to Arjuna himself. So he is such a great warrior. So in river, we find whirlpools, current, circle, that force is seen. So in this sloka, Duryodhana is compared to whirlpool, the current, because if you go near the current, what happens? Whirlpool, it sucks us in. We get sucked in. So it is not possible to come out of that whirlpool. So similarly, all these great warriors, Bhishma Pitamaha, Dronacharya, Kripanacharya, all of them were sucked in by this whirlpool called Duryodhana. Okay. They were all aware. They were siding with Adharma, Arjuna, and Pandavas were the side of Dharma because Krishna was there. But in spite of all these things, they had to support Duryodhana. Even though they knew very well they were on the side of Adharma, injustice, they had to support Duryodhana. That is why Duryodhana is called compared to whirlpool, because he dragged them. He sucked them into his fold. He was such a person of trick and what we call conspiracy, a scheming person, we can say. So Bhishma Pitamaha and Dronacharya are compared to banks of the river. And who is the water? That Jayadratha. Okay, Jayadratha and the huge army were the waters. He brought thousands and thousands of soldiers. He provided the army. That is why it is compared to the water. So in the water, in the river, blue lilies grow. And these blue lilies, they cause obstacles. If we try to cross the river, we get stuck in that blue lilies and drown. And that is why it is Shakuni is compared to these blue lilies. He was prince of Gandhara. Shakuni was a scheming person, very tricky person, a cheater. And because of him, this Mahabharata happened. We all know how he cheated Pandavas. So he is compared to that blue lily who entangles people who try to cross the river. So in the river, there are sharks, and Shalya is compared to a shark. Okay, he was charioteer of Karna. Okay, and he was one of the greatest charioteer. And because of his trick, Karna was killed. He was a great traitor and again a cheater. Okay, so the current in the river is very forceful, powerful, and Kripacharya was like a current, and he provided the force, the speed. And because of Karna, there were breakers. The water could slow down. That is why Karna is called a breaker. Ashwatthama, we all know the son of Dronacharya. He was also a greatest archer and a great warrior, killer. Okay. Vikarna is one of the sons of Dhritarashtra, one of the 100 sons of Dhritarashtra. So these Ashwatthama and Vikarna are compared to killer whales because they were invincible and powerful warriors. So to cross such a terrible river, is it possible? Is it easy? Not at all, because the water was forceful. There were currents, whirlpools, blue lilies, sharks, whales, everything. So it was impossible to cross this river Rananidhi. What is only possible through a safe boat. The swimming was impossible because of all the dangers. Even a boat is not safe or was not safe. But who was the boatman? Boatman was our own, the Lord Krishna. So because of that great boatman, we can cross this river of samsara. Just like Pandavas crossed that Rananidhi, we also can cross over this Rananidhi, which is samsara, in which we are all stuck, with the help of the boatman, Lord Krishna. We also face problems, dangers, like Pandavas faced in the battlefield. We also have whirlpools. We also have whales. We also have sharks. We also have currents. We also have so many dangers, which makes the river of samsara, crossing the river of samsara, impossible. But with Lord Krishna as our boatman, we can definitely cross over the samsara. That is the meaning of this verse. Little difficult to understand. It is all a comparison. So I hope you have understood. If there is any question, you may please ask, because there are bound to be questions. We have a couple of minutes. You may please ask if there is any question. I hope you have understood this.
Sir, Om Namah Shivaya, this is Krishna here. I just have a quick question on King of Gandhara. In
Yes.
some text, actually, instead of blue lilies, it is mentioned as rocks. Instead of, I mean, she is mapped as a rock, not as blue lilies. So that's why I just got confused. So which one is correct, or like both are okay?
Both are okay. Basically, it is a danger. It is an obstacle.
Oh, all right.
So some people may explain it as a rock. Some people compare it to blue lilies, because this is written by Madhusudana Saraswati, as I told you.
Okay.
These 9 verses were written by Madhusudana Saraswati, one of the greatest acharyas who wrote Gudartaki Deepika. So it is compared to Bhagavan Shankaracharya's commentary. So basically, we should not take it.
I mean, we just need to treat it as an obstacle. That's
Yes,
it.
as an obstacle, as a danger, as an impediment. So whether it is shark, whether it is whale, somebody may ask, where is the question of whale coming into the river or shark coming into the river? It's all just comparison, just explaining the dangers, explaining the difficulties, explaining the obstacles in crossing over that river, Rananidhi, battle river. Similarly, in samsara, these things all exist. So that is how we should take it, not in the literal sense.
Understood. Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Okay. There is no more question. We can say the final prayers and close. So we have completed 6 slokas. Next week we will complete the next 3 verses and start the first chapter. Dhyana Sloka will be completed in the next class, and most probably we'll start the first chapter. So thank you all of you. We will start with we'll close with the final prayers. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramaya, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschid Dukhabhag Bhavet, Asato Ma Sadgamaya, Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Om Tat Sat. Om Namah Shivaya. So you can all chant opening prayers and closing prayers along with me if you are comfortable. Okay. Thank you all for your presence.
Thank you.
See you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you, Acharya.
Thank you.